next poem I want to read is a little short one called Carousel. And as Greg mentioned earlier, I grew up in southern New Jersey, so as a kid, I used to take a lot of day trips down the shore with my family. And I have a distinct memory from when I was a toddler of going to visit this antique carousel in Casino Pier, which was right off Seaside Heights. And this carousel is actually still there to this day, and you can go see it. But over the years, it's weathered a lot and kind of been through a lot. So at one point, it was looking like it was going to get sold for parts, but then it was saved. But then Sandy rolled through, and most of Casino Pier was very badly damaged and mostly underwater for a long time. So over the years, I've sort of started to see that memory in a new way, and the shore generally in a new way. Increasingly in terms of things like sea level rise and climate change. And just really thinking about what it means when these things we love and that form the bedrock of our memories are threatened. You can actually see that happening. So I think this poem kind of came out of thinking about all that. So this is Carousel. Turning and turning again at ocean's edge. Returning, wave for wave, and laugh for laugh. I hugged my horse and rode its rolling saddle into your arms, each turn returning you, unchanged, never lost, never losable, I thought, to a sudden turn of events, to storms of mind and floods of body, horses that we ride and can't turn. No carousel now, but a jellyfish turning in my memory. No carnival song that isn't stuck in a loop. No ocean's edge that isn't a wave returned. And I wrote that one sort of for my dad, remembering the visits to the carousel. And then I have one more poem for you guys tonight, one more short one. And this one I'm actually going to read with apologies to my husband, who was not able to be here tonight. He's at a National Guard training. But this poem involves a rather unfortunate incident that befell him a couple months ago, this past summer. This was in the woods of Vermont. We were camping in Groton Forest. And, it was the last day, so we were kind of getting ready and packing up the car and getting ready to go home. And my husband, Nate, had just showered and was getting dressed, and unknown to him at the time, there was actually a bee in his clothing. So he pulled up his pants, and the bee stung him right on the butt. And he was in pretty significant pain for a couple of hours. And I was just trying the whole time to be supportive by, kind of holding it together and look like that I wasn't just losing it. So, we got home and the swelling went down and we kind of processed what happened. And I continued to be supported by writing this poem about it and sharing it with a room full of people. So with apologies to my husband, Nate, who I'm sure is going to see all this later, this is The Bee in Groton Forest in memoriam. I wonder what it was like for you to find yourself sitting in the seat of my husband's jeans. How it felt to be surrounded by such wildness, such fibrous cloth, and with what audacity, what ancient know-how, you stung him on the ass while he dressed. While I gathered our survival gear and shoved it into the car, our tent with its bug-resistant sheath, as if we had somehow finished with nature, as if we could pack it away, as if, with our endless deet, we could have prevented you, your nerve in our human forest, meeting one end with another. That's it for me. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight on this strangely warm February 1st. And thank you, Greg, again for inviting me. Thanks to Square Books for hosting us. I'm going to introduce our next reader, Carmen Noble. Carmen is a contributing editor and features editor at Pangyros. She's also a senior editor at Harvard Business School and a frequent contributor to publications including the Boston Globe, NPR Science Friday, and Inc. magazine, and she lives in Watertown. So please welcome Carmen.